Everyone keeps calling 2026 the future of Formula One. Cleaner engines, new manufacturers, smarter technology, a fresh era for the sport. But buried deep inside simulator data, driver feedback, and private engineering briefings, a very different story is starting to emerge. Because the 2026 regulations aren't just changing how the cars look or sound, they're quietly exposing a set of problems that could completely reshape how Formula One is driven, raced, and even enjoyed. Before we break this down, make sure you subscribe because once the 2026 cars finally hit the track, Formula One may never feel the same again, and a lot of uncomfortable truths are about to come out. On paper, the 2026 rules sound revolutionary, a 50-50 split between internal combustion power and electrical power, fully sustainable fuels, active aerodynamics designed to improve racing. New manufacturers like Audi are entering the sport. It all sounds like progress, but simulations are revealing a fragile compromise hiding underneath all that ambition. The future of Formula One isn't just faster or cleaner, it's far more delicate. The headline number grabs attention immediately, over 1,000 horsepower when the engine and electrical systems are working together. But that power is temporary. In real-world simulations, the battery drains multiple times every single lap. And when that energy runs out, the car doesn't gradually slow down, it falls off a cliff. Hundreds of horsepower vanish instantly. One moment a driver is attacking, next he's defending with power levels closer to junior formulas. This isn't a rare scenario, it's built directly into the regulations.
Overtake modes sound exciting until there's nothing left to deploy. Drivers hit the button and get nothing. Racing stops being about bravery or perfect timing and becomes about energy survival. Who lifted earlier? Who harvested more efficiently? Who avoided becoming a sitting duck on the straight? That's why engineers are quietly asking a question that would have been unthinkable a decade ago. Is Formula One becoming an energy management championship? For decades, Formula One rewarded aggression, late braking, relentless pressure, instinctive commitment. The 2026 cars punish that mindset. Push too hard at the wrong moment, and you drain energy you'll desperately need later. The ideal driver is no longer just the fastest. He's calculating, predictive, disciplined, and patient. The era of pure attacking may not be over, but it's no longer enough on its own. Drivers are being forced to unlearn everything they know. With the MGU-H gone, turbo lag returns. Throttle application becomes critical again. Mistakes that were once manageable now carry heavy penalties. Add active aerodynamics to that equation, and drivers are actively changing the car's balance while traveling at nearly 300 kilometers per hour. That isn't instinctive racing, that's cognitive overload, and not every driver will adapt at the same speed. Every lap becomes a strategic puzzle. When to harvest, when to deploy, when to defend, when to sacrifice pace to survive the final stint. This is closer to fighter pilot decision-making than traditional wheel-to-wheel racing. The drivers who succeed won't just be quick, they'll be mentally elite.
That leads to an uncomfortable question. What happens to drivers built on aggression and domination? Max Verstappen has mastered the current era through relentless pressure and instinctive control, but 2026 demands restraint, foresight, and compromise. Will he adapt? Almost certainly. But for the first time in years, adaptability rather than raw speed could decide championships. And this isn't just a driver problem, it's a team problem. If everyone struggles equally, fixes are easy. But if only some teams get it right, politics take over. Why would a winning team vote to help a rival? We've seen this before with proposing power unit regulations and cost cap debates. The 2026 rules are even more politically sensitive, and that makes mid-season corrections far more complicated. Hidden inside the 2026 rulebook is a subtle but powerful change. The FIA now explicitly states that its role includes protecting competitive balance and the health of the sport. That wording matters. It gives the FIA justification to intervene if racing quality collapses even without unanimous team support, and that possibility has made teams deeply uncomfortable. Active aerodynamics are meant to improve racing, but they also invite innovation. Some teams will master them, others will miss the window entirely, and history tells us something important. When teams are winning, they don't complain. Formula One only becomes concerned when dominance starts to look ugly. The 2026 season isn't just a regulation reset, it's a stress test for drivers, for engineers, for teams, for the FIA, and for Formula One itself. Will the sport prioritize racing over politics? Will drivers adapt or be exposed? Will fans accept a smarter, more technical, but very different version of Formula One? The 2026 cars will be faster in short bursts, slower in others, and more revealing than anything Formula One has produced before. When the lights go out, there will be nowhere to hide. So, who do you think benefits most from the 2026 rules, and which drivers or teams are in real danger? Let us know in the comments, subscribe for more deep F1 breakdowns, and don't forget to check out the next video on your screen, because the future of Formula One is about to get very uncomfortable.